I've made a mistake. I've fucking come out in my fucking slippers, innit? Look. First cheat meal of the off-season. And finally, let's move on to the PD aspect of things. So at the moment I am running. Yeah, there he is, there he is. Nothing but if I don't have you. So starting off with my food at the moment is never touch that weight. So let's fucking get into it and let's get fucking massive. I'm a little bit rusty on camera. I haven't picked up the camera for a couple of weeks now. Bear with me. I've struggled to wake up this morning. Like, I just can't seem to fucking wake up. You know those mornings? I've showered, I've slapped myself around the face, I've done literally whatever I can to even go outside to get some fresh air, and it's just taken me ages to sort of wake up. Either way, guys, it's 18th of July and it's 4:46 in the morning. So just usual morning routine, of course, meal prep and make the first meal. Starting weight, of course, as you saw this morning, was 78.5 kg, which is around 8 kilos above stage weight, which is this sort of body weight that I'm at right now. It's number one, it's the best that I've ever looked, and two, it's a comfortable weight for me. And this is something that I could probably maintain all year round. However, of course, the goal here is to want to pack on more size. So there's two things that you need to remember at your starting point in a bulk, and that's number one, you need a runway of progression. And what I mean by runway is you need the ability to take up your scale weight over time. I see so many people, they start their bulks and they're way too heavy, and I'm like, you need to get a little bit leaner. So ideally, I'm going to be looking to push up gradually over time. I haven't got a set body weight goal just yet. And number two is you need a calorie surplus. I can't stress the importance, especially for you guys who are earlier into your training. You talk about Greg Doucette, talks about main gaining and stuff like this. Well, that's great, but I'm looking to become the biggest version of myself. I'm not just trying to add a little bit of muscle, I'm trying to become the best and the biggest version I possibly can. So as you dive deeper into bodybuilding, like I'm 10 years deep into it now, the more I need to give to make more progress. That makes sense. I can't afford to be maintaining and expecting to make progress or much progress in my physique, unfortunately. Obviously, if you're younger and you're early into your lifting journey, you don't need to require probably as much time and commitment as what I'm doing right now. But the more you give into bodybuilding, the lesser returns it has over time, okay? So yeah, two things. Calorie surplus and you need a runway. Let's start the day. I'm gonna try and wake myself fucking up, and of course I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys, because yeah, it feels good to pick up the camera again and just talk to myself, basically, because my camera's my best friend in a weird way, and I get to express myself and be myself on camera, which is an amazing thing to do. Can't beat a good old-fashioned bodybuilding meal: rice, beef and some veggies on the side with a little bit of sauce on top. Guys, question, would you eat this meal first thing in the morning? It's 4:52 a.m. and I'm having beef mince, rice and vegetables. I'm guessing if you're normal, like my mum and dad, for example, if they came down and saw me eating that now, they'd probably question my whole entire existence, thinking, you're eating that at that time in the morning, why are you eating that? But for us bodybuilders, this is normal. This is just normal stuff. Like, this is just a normal thing. I'll eat whatever I need to eat. If someone told me to eat dog shit at 4 o'clock in the morning, I probably would. I probably wouldn't, but you know what I mean. So it's just a case of, like, you know, I just need to eat whatever, you know what I mean? It doesn't have, I'm not bothered about it needing to be like a breakfast meal or anything like that. I just eat the fucking food. Normal people probably won't understand, but you bodybuilders watching, you'll go, yeah, that's fine, I like that. How is my little girl this morning? Oh, she's a tired one. You're not the morning girl, are you? You're a tired little girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're so cute in the mornings. I absolutely love you. One thing that I want to recommend to you guys getting, if you do take a lot of supplements, get yourself a pill box. I got this from Amazon. This is like a XL pill box, which you can break down your supplements in the morning. You can also break them down in the evening. And it's just so handy because number one, it keeps things organized. And number two, it saves you from having to unscrew these and do it every single day. You can just literally chug them. So pretty much every Sunday, what I do for the week is I just fill out our supplements for the week itself coming up. Yeah, it just makes it so much easier. And even if you guys travel as well, like, you can just literally put this in your suitcase and you can keep on top of your supplements as well. So if you are lazy and you do forget, guess what? There's no fucking excuses, is there? Because you can get one of these and you can literally just put it by your side ask a question in your check-in surrounding what shots do you want to see and what shots do you not want to see, mate, I want to see all of them. You know, I want to see you as much as I can, because realistically, like I said, you've got plans and aspirations to compete next year. The more I see you now, the more I get to understand your body, the more I see, for example, you in person, the more I see body fat distribution, the more I see the fullness go on the physique, the better I'm going to know in terms of my decision making for you when it comes to your prep. So before we get started, I wanted to dive into what my goals are, because I think it's very important from day number one. You need an exact goal and what you want to achieve. So what I normally tell people is like, envision how you see your life in the next year, from how much muscle you want, the car you're driving, the house that you've got, the life that you're leading, your mental well-being. Like, picture that in your head. Tell me what it's going to look like in a year's time. That's the goal, okay? So always try and think about reverse engineering it. Like, it's so easy to say, I want to pack on as much muscle as I can, but you need to be specific, dickhead, I can't get my words out this morning. So you need to be specific about what you actually want to achieve. So my goals for next year is I want to compete again. I want to be competing in PCA, I want to be winning a bodybuilding show, and I want to be placing top 3 at the British finals in the classic short division. Last year I competed, if you follow the channel, I won my classic division class. Don't know how I did that, still blows my mind today. I want to now take it to that next step, and that requires more from me. That requires more muscle, that requires more time, that requires more commitment, that requires everything that I need to do to get to that sort of point. So even though I'm not prepping right now, like I'm not in prep, the prep has already started because I'm working towards that goal. And that's one thing that I say to anyone watching who is planning to compete. Your prep starts now. You're planning to compete in 2026, 2027, it starts now because you're thinking about it. So every single day, every single action you take is contributing towards that next goal. So that is my goal. And in today's video, we're going to cover more about what my lifting goals are, what my body weight goals are of this bulk, and how I'm going to process throughout that. Ideally, these videos are going to be an opportunity for you to learn as well and implement it into yourself. So of course, we always start off with the goal. What do you want to achieve? We're going to reverse engineer that. So as an example for me, I want to compete at the British finals next year. I know that's going to be around September, October time, 2026. I then reverse engineer that I know I need 6 months to prep. So I take 6 months off that. That leaves me now with 8 months of growing until I start prep. And 8 months sounds like a long time, and it is, but that's what's needed for me to level up now. The days are over of doing fucking 6 and 8 week fucking bulks and expecting to build muscle. It doesn't work like that. You need to commit. You need to commit 6, 7, 8 months in order for you to get to where you want to be. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. And every day I'm going to absolutely give it my all to become the best version of myself. So if you're looking forward to it, like I said, please follow along. And I've set big goals for myself next year. And when I set myself big goals, I get a little bit nervous, but I'm determined to do whatever it takes to get to that sort of goal. Okay. So yeah, enough waffling. 2 minutes 44. Fucking go, Geordie boy, you cunt. I'm just heading out for the first walk of the day. Really important, guys, if you actually do want to stay hydrated, to actually use a hydration formula rather than just drinking bottles and bottles of water. You need something that's actually going to fully hydrate you. So I'm using this Train by JP one at the moment, the pink lemonade flavor. It's actually pretty good. And as well, it really does help get your fluids down. If you're someone who does struggle to drink water or just does struggle to drink in general, one of these just goes down like a treat. So whilst I'm out for this walk and catching up with Vicky with the dogs, I wanted to touch upon expenditure changes, what I'm doing now in comparison to my diet. So I finished my diet on 13,500 steps, which is a decent amount, and I'm going to try and actively bring them down to 10,000. Obviously for me, I'm an outdoorsy person. Like, I can't sit down all day, and I don't believe everyone should sit down all day. I believe people should go out for walks and move about a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to bring them down, but I'm going to bring it down because I sometimes find myself, and this is me calling myself out here, I find myself still doing the same amount of steps, and I wonder why I'm not recovering or my scale weight isn't going up as quickly as what I like, because I'm just like burning the calories away by doing more steps than what's needed. Obviously we have 2 dogs, so I'm very active with the dogs. I like being out with the dogs, and I almost kind of have like a guilt that I don't take the dogs out for as long as what I should. I'm sure pet owners can understand. Like, when I go for a walk, I'm like, have they enjoyed it? Have they been out for long enough? Could I do more? But at the end of the day, I need to remember that I'm here to progress my physique, and ultimately steps and expenditure being super high is going to take away from that, and I can control my steps, which is good. So yeah, I'm going to bring my steps down to 10k. I still believe in digestion, you know, moving about a little bit more, the purpose of all of that, and just also just getting out. Like, I love being outside. It really refreshes me and helps me start my day productively. I'm hiding from Diesel. Hopefully he doesn't see me. There he is, look at him. Where's Diesel? Diesel, over here. Yeah, there he is, there he is. If I can get this fucking thing open. Two things that I purchased, which I am really enjoying at the moment. Gone for the Hydra Flow from Conte Sport, which is the summer fruit flavour, as it is summer. Decided to go for one of those bad boys. And my favourite non-stim that I'm using at the moment is Pumpage from Train by JP. I've got the blue slushy flavour, so that should be interesting. I can't remember if I've used it or not. Either way, I like trying new flavours, that's for sure. And if it goes down well, then happy days. As you can probably tell, we're not working with Supplement Needs anymore. We're not working with any company. I've got nothing bad to say about Supplement Needs. I am very grateful and very privileged to have worked with ideally one of the best supplement brands in the country. I'll keep it real and I'll keep it honest on the channel because that's what it's all about. My head just wasn't really in it anymore. I like using a variety of different supplements, and when you're tied to one supplement brand, you've basically got to use all their stuff, right? And for me, like as you can clearly see, I like using Conte's Hydra Flow. I like using Train by JP's Pumpage. So unfortunately, when you are tied to one company, that's what you've got to do. And my head just wasn't anymore. I wasn't really motivated to be a part of it, and I wasn't posting anywhere near as much as what I should have done. I wasn't sharing things like I should have done, and I wasn't really a part of the team. I kind of like almost self-sabotaged myself to be in that sort of position where we just parted ways. So yeah, luckily now I'm in a position where I can use a variety of different supplements. Obviously this is not paid promotion or anything like that. I bought it out of my own pocket, my own money. And yeah, you know, I wish them all the best of luck, and you know, it's just how it is sometimes in business. You know, good things always have to come to an end, unfortunately, and that's a part of life and a part of everything. First cheat meal of the off season, about to go fucking down. Hi, could I please get 2 single espressos, please?
Yeah, anything else?
That's it, please.
Maximum, please.
Thank you. Yeah, right. You think I'm having fucking McDonald's as a cheat meal? You must be joking. That's the last thing on earth that I would ever have, is a fucking shitty McDonald's processed junk. And I'd probably have violent diarrhea afterwards, so. And we've come to B&M because Vicky is currently dieting and she needs some golden syrup which she puts on her oats instead of honey, so she's gonna look forward to that because she's pushing her diet at the moment. She's got a photo shoot coming up, so this will be handy for her. Also, I've made a mistake. I've fucking come out in my fucking slippers, innit? Look, I've just literally come out in my slippers like a right dickhead. Look at that, fucking idiot. Has anyone ever done that? You know, them ones you just come out and you're like, oh shit, I'm wearing my slippers still, you know? So one thing that I absolutely love when starting a new training split is, of course, buying yourself a new logbook. Now, I actually got this one from Tesco's, and it cost me, oh shit, it cost me about 4 or 5 quid. Like the colour, very basic inside. And for anyone who doesn't know, like this is how I lay out my logbook. So I get my special ruler. What I do is I basically just draw up the sessions on the left hand side here, and I put the rep ranges in red, as you can see. And then I've got session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4, session 5. It just basically allows me to basically put 5 training sessions on one page. And instead of me having to flip back through what I was doing previously, I can just literally look here and compare what I did the last time that I trained it, and obviously can see if I can beat or better my numbers from last time. And then what I'll do is once I get through a rotation, I'll then start that fresh further down the line. So that's how I fill out my logbook. Honestly, I get excited about this. I'm like a little fucking virgin. A big part of the off season and bulking in general is logbook numbers. Beating logbook numbers. So I, don't get me wrong, have some clients that won't track their training, and I have a lot of my clients that do track their training. I always recommend doing it because it actually gets you to learn so much, especially if you're in your learning phase of your bodybuilding journey. If you are a seasoned competitor and you've been training 10 years, logbooking isn't necessarily as important, but when you are early, I would 100% recommend something like this. So yeah, get yourself a logbook, write out some of your lifts, and you just care about it a little bit more. I know people use apps, but for me, when I write things down, I look after things a lot more, that's for sure. Whereas if I was just doing it on my phone, I'd get distracted, and next thing I'm fucking on my phone texting or replying to people. Vicky's selling loads of clothes on Vinted, so if you want to buy any clothes of ours, I'll even, like, I don't know, spit in it for them or something like that. Any fans out there that have, yeah, like spunking socks and weird shit like that. So yeah, we can do that for you. We can do personal messages, whatever suits you best. Just arrived at the old gymnasium. I don't feel like we've done this for a while, have we? No, you're here, Vicky, because I've got some questions to ask you in this segment of the video. You got a little spot here, so just ignore that. It's fine. Listen, I'll kiss you and we'll be able to... Actually, yeah. Why have you got a spot on your lip for? You got fucking herpes, whatever it is?
Don't be horrible to me, because I'm already self-conscious about it. Now I'm going to speak to you the whole time.
As we're here, I'll let you know what the training split is for the off-season. Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me it does that?
Sorry, I didn't realise. I just realised now that it does that. Fucking hell.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wicks.
And I'm a child and I've just gone to the fucking lollipop man and I've just got a Mr. Blue, whatever they used to call it back in the day.
Brain lickers.
Yeah, I think they call it Mr. But I don't know what
it was brain lickers and also gobstoppers.
Gobstoppers, that was it. People used to call them something else other than gobstoppers, but we used to call them gobs. Anyway, shut up about fucking lollipops and fucking chewing gum, bubble gum, whatever it was. Training split for the off season. Monday, chest and back, number 1. Tuesday, legs. Wednesday, chest and back, number 2. Friday or Thursday off. Friday, push. Saturday, pull. Fuck, baby. And then Sunday off. So, Vicky, what's the reasoning for you programming this training split?
Obviously, George has just finished his mini cut, which I'm sure he's told you about a million times in this vlog already. No.
Big is it, bro?
Yeah, a little bit. So we've managed to assess his physique and just how his body has responded to his previous split, where he was actually training legs twice a week, and it's safe to say that your legs have responded pretty well.
I disagree, but
you disagree?
No, I actually do agree. I do. I think my quads have actually improved quite a lot, but I just still struggle to see it, if that makes sense. But when I look down, they look bigger.
I think when you put body fat on, they appear smaller because you are a shorter individual, same as me. Now I just look bigger. So yeah, so we decided to just temporarily for this next mesocycle go down to 1 leg day per week, but we still want 3 back days, which is why I've programmed the way that I have. Obviously with George's shoulder, he's spoken about this in a couple of videos ago, so go back and watch that. But he does tend to be pulled anteriorly because of how tight his chest is. So this is why we've got chest and back sessions to ultimately engage his lower traps, pull his shoulders back, and then go into chest movements, which actually helps you with your engagement, hasn't it?
It does, yeah, honestly.
You've never been able to connect with your chest until I've actually programmed chest and back for you with back movements at the start and then chest after.
Yeah, so just to clarify, when I say chest and back, our back movements are actually first. It is actually back and chest, if you want to call it that, but we'll call it chest and back because it's easier to say. Yeah, initially when I did chest and back, I did chest first, back second.
And you refused to listen to me for ages.
I refused to change because I was like, no, I've got to do pressing first because I'm going to be stronger. However...
And then he was doing all of these cuff raises and angles, and you still couldn't connect with your chest.
I know. And then since I've been doing back first, chest second, I thought, oh, I'm going to be weaker, but I connect so much better with my chest because my chest is back into position because I've already kind of shortened the back musculature and I've created tension. So if you are doing chest and back in your programming, do back first, chest last. Do the opposite to what you think you should do, if that makes sense. So yeah, back 3 times a week, chest twice a week, legs once. Arms back in because I could not literally hear the end of it. Can I have arms again, please? I've not trained arms for about 12 weeks, and I generally...
How is your bicep tendonitis?
My bicep tendonitis is really good.
Okay.
But my arms feel small, like mentally. Even though my arms are still like a strong point. Like, I've not trained my arms for 12 weeks, and they're still my strongest point. They're just... If I don't train arms at all, they're just still going to be there.
Yeah, but it's not a forever thing, and I think that's really important to actually understand, is that we go through phases with training. Temporarily, if you're injured, it has to be pulled back.
Yeah.
Realign in position with all your joints, and then you can add it on like we have right now. So there you go.
So just sometimes taking a step back allows you to take 2 steps forward. Post-workout, I'll give you a full physique update showing you exactly what we are looking like, and I just want to, and Vicky as well.
So stay tuned.
Vicky's on a photo shoot prep. She's T-minus 2 weeks out.
Oh yeah.
2 weeks out, 2.5 weeks. Yeah, 2.5 weeks out from her photo shoot. So yeah, we'll definitely, well, she'll be documenting that on her YouTube channel. For me, off season, time to grow, time to get big. I explained the goals earlier. So we're going to run through today's session. I've waffled for 5 minutes 40. So we're going to probably leave it there. Any final words?
Let's get fucking into it.
Let's fucking get into it, and let's get fucking massive. easy. That top set I just hit on the incline press was the best that I've ever done. I've never touched that weight. So already day one, week one of off season, and we're hitting some lifetime PBs. So I'm looking forward to gradually taking this up over time, that's for sure. But patience. Obviously, when you start a new training program, things go up very quickly and then they start slowing down. So just remind yourself that it's a long game, it's a marathon. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to be a good start if I can keep progressing that. Easy work. So one of my off-season goals with this flat dumbbell pressing is those bad boy dumbbells over there. That's the heavier section. That's the 55s. That's the 60s. I want to be over there by the end of this year, and I want to be comfortably doing that. So I think right now I'm going to reset this flat dumbbell press. I think. Top set song of choice is Whitney fucking Houston. I have nothing, but if I don't have you. What a fucking banger that was for the top set, Georgie boy. I really hope everyone's enjoying today's video. Of course, make sure you drop a like, guys. It helps the fucking channel grow. So I wanted to dive into my lifting goals for this next push-up phase. I've set myself some unrealistic and realistic targets. I think, guys, like, you've got to be unrealistic in some approaches, right? Like, some of these things that I'm wanting to do, I'm like, fucking hell, am I actually going to be able to do that? But just like anything in life, like when you think about people who are successful in life, financially, business, whatever, they all set unrealistic goals, right? In order for them to get where they need to be. So I'm going to do that, okay? So a few things that I wanted to dive into. Number one is my RDL. So I want to be back up to 180 kilos for a solid 6-8 reps with the 180 kilos. I've done it before, I can do it again. If you followed the channel, I got injured earlier this year, so I've been trying to rebuild that back up with a slightly different approach to what I've been doing before. So that's a definite goal for me. In terms of some leg movements I've set, so I've got the horizontal leg press and the hack squat in both of my rotations. I want to be hitting 5 plates. I'm using the Arsenal hack at the moment, the hammer strength hip press. I'm going to fucking hit 5 plates on that, okay? I've done 4 and a 15 aside on the hack. I've done 4 and a 5 aside on the hack. I'm going to hit 5 plates. And I certainly believe that's going to be unknown territory for me in terms of that. As we're here, we'll talk about the dip. So I was doing 30 kilos here for the dip for I think about 7 or 8 reps. I can't remember now. The most I've ever done is like 50 kilos. However, my elbows were pretty mashed from doing that. I was wearing elbow sleeves, like triple ply elbow sleeves, and it was just like battering my fucking elbows. So I've told myself no elbow sleeves, no knee sleeves. I haven't used them for the last year, to be honest. And funny enough, my elbows have been so much better. So if you are using elbow sleeves, like triple ply knee sleeves and shit, and you're adding like a plate aside into your hack or leg press, fucking stop, because that's probably the only reason you're doing it, and you're wondering why your elbows are fucked or knees are fucked. So yeah, I want to get back up to doing 50 kilos on this, which I think I could do without any assistance via the elbow sleeves or whatever. So yeah, obviously I haven't done this movement for a while. It take a little bit of time to obviously get used to, but yeah, overall, that's a movement that I've just fucking loved doing. I love the dip. If you can do dips and if you can get strong at them, then I will 100% be doing that, 100%. So a few pressing movements that I've got: flat press, flat incline, flat dumbbell press, and incline dumbbell press. We get my words out. I want to be, like I said earlier in the video, I want to be hitting 55s on the flat dumbbell press again. I want to be doing that for a solid, because I did 4 reps last time on that with 60s, but it was just sheer, it was just moving weight, it was no stimulus to the chest whatsoever. And then incline press, I would love to get back up to the 50s again by the end of the off season. So as long as the scale weight continues to go up in a good pace, and as long as I stay injury free, I think I'm going to be able to do that quite comfortably. The last one that I've got here, which I won't know about until I start doing it, is a single arm dumbbell row. back into the mix with that, I think the most I've done on that is like 60 kilos again. So again, if I can push some decent weight with good form, like when I'm setting these lifting goals, guys, it's not fucking shit form, okay? It's good form with accuracy. And if it's not good, I ain't gonna do it, okay? So always be honest with yourself in that aspect. But like I said, lifting goals are a huge part of the off season. If you aren't setting lifting goals, both realistic and unrealistic, you're gonna stay the same each time. You've got to be getting stronger. You've got to be doing more than what you've ever done before. And that's gonna correlate to more muscle mass. So guys, like I said, I really hope you've enjoyed this voiceover. Of course, going on to now the physique and where we're at this moment in time to begin with. And then obviously just talking through weak points and all that sort of stuff. So guys, continue to watch the video because there's still plenty more to come.
Right, so this is where we are at physique wise at the beginning of our off season. So where I'm looking to improve the most is my back. My back is an area that needs improving. Chest, I would always like a little bit more chest, and of course muscle everywhere pretty much. If I can improve everywhere, I'll be a very happy little boy. So yeah, this is where we're at. I'm sitting at 78.5, like I said, which is about 8 kg above stage weight right now, but I think this is by far the best I've probably ever looked, thanks to Vicky. So we're gonna do some relax shots. I'm gonna show you where we're at, relaxed, because we don't walk around like fucking bodybuilders all the time like this, all right? And what you see on Instagram is only a snippet of what someone looks like, okay? So always take that into consideration when you're sitting there comparing yourself based upon how someone looks on Instagram and all that sort of shit. So this is what I look like just normally when standing there. And then we go into some bodybuilding poses.
You're trying not to smile, you know you look good.
Yeah, I do look good. I'm not gonna admit it.
Do the photo shoot with me?
Yeah, I could do, to be fair, if I stay in. To be fair, look, I've started to look better, if you know what I mean.
Just got back from the gym, freshened up, had a shower. I've started showering post-workout. Nobody gives a fuck about this, but I'll tell you. I noticed if I waited till the evening to shower before I go to bed, my skin is just playing up recently. So what I've done is as soon as I come home, because I've been very sweaty in the gym, just in general, and even just with the hotter weather, so I shower post-gym straight away, and then obviously change clothes. Since I've been doing that, my skin in general has just really improved. So I maybe get like spots on my back, that's the issue. My face is normally okay. Obviously if I shave, I sometimes get some rashes here and there, but yeah, it's just annoying, you know, when your skin sort of starts to flare up. So make sure you look after your skin, and if you aren't showering after the gym, then definitely do that. Anyway, so yeah, really happy with today's session, really happy with where everything went in terms of how everything felt, connection, pump, fullness, even the visuals. Like I normally criticize myself like nobody's business when looking at my physique shots, but I was actually really happy, to be honest, and I think this is by far the best I've ever looked, and I'm very much looking forward to getting stuck in. And you know, for me, in my bulks, I'm never someone who likes the way that I look. Like I have to unfortunately like look worse to look better, if that makes sense. And I really question a lot of the time, am I making any progress? But when I always diet down, I always shoot myself in the fucking foot, and literally I'm like, I look great. Which is, I've come a long way in terms of like my body dysmorphia and treating myself nicely, because me saying to myself I look great, I would never ever done that. That is haircut done. I get my haircut done weekly by shout out Tusi's. He's been cutting my hair now for, I'd probably say since I met Vicky, to be honest. And he's the only person that I trust cutting my hair. I don't trust anyone else cutting my hair. So for anyone who gives a fuck, I get like a high skin fade on the side, and I literally just have like a one on top now. and I think it looks so much better than just being bald. Like, I was bald, and don't get me wrong, I thought I suit being bald, but it just made me feel like I was about fucking 65, to be honest with you. It felt really old, and my hairline ain't that bad, to be honest with you. It's not great, but it ain't bad. But I thought to myself, if I can keep my hair, then I am. If I have to eventually go bald, then I will. But as I'm 28 still, you know, I've still got a little bit of time, you know, just try and have a little bit of hair. So yeah, just basically a one on top, and then just a sharpen up on the old beard, basically. Can't beat a Friday haircut going into the weekend, feeling fucking top notch, that's for sure. Yeah, little things like that, like looking after yourself, make a big difference to your mood, your energy, your love for yourself as well. Not that you should like love yourself more because you get a haircut, you know what I mean? If that makes you feel good, then I'm all for doing things that make you feel good. I'd rather someone do that than, I'd rather than someone do that than take drugs, but let's be honest, drugs do make you feel good anyway, but they're bad for you. She actually melts my heart. Look at you. You're the cutest dog I think I've ever met. Honestly, I absolutely fucking love you. Good morning. It is Sunday the 20th. I don't fucking know, to be honest. You know, them ones where it just goes by very quickly. This morning, I actually wanted to dive into the food aspect of things, because obviously food has started to reverse up, and I think it's important to remember that when you finish a diet, you don't want to be too aggressive with your food increases. Like, I see so many people like gain like 4 or 5 kilos in a matter of a week of reverse dieting, and for me, the goal here is not to ruin your off season, not to ruin your bulk, and then all of a sudden you need to remember, I think the important thing is that unfortunately that weight is going to have to come off at some point. So it's all good. Like, for example, last year I pushed up to 91 kg. That's great, but I had to lose that and get down to 70 kilos. So my prep was actually a 20 kilo, which is the most weight I've ever had to lose, by the way, to get into stage condition. And when you lose 20 kilos of scale weight, it is quite a long fucking slog. So it's important to remember that your rate of gain is actually really, really important. I'm just on the spreadsheets here just to kind of tell you what my food is and things like that. So I'm trying to aim for about 1% of my scale weight per month. So 1% of my scale weight is 0.7 or 0.8 of a kilo per month, which when you break it down into 4 weeks is about 0.2 of a kilo per week. So not going too excessively. Of course, it's going to fluctuate week to week, but on a whole, you want to be aiming for about 0.8 or 1% of your scale weight across a 4-week period. So starting off, my food at the moment is 3,654 calories, 253 protein, 66 fat, and 512 carb on a train day. I'll have it on the screen in case anyone forgets or can't figure out in their heads or whatever. And then rest days is 218 protein, 68 fat, 477 grams of carbs, 3,392 calories. So starting off in a good position. I think I finished my off season on 4,300 last time. So I've just finished a diet and I'm on 3.6 already. Obviously my food wasn't ridiculously low throughout my diet. I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. Yeah, we're in a good spot when it comes to food. And obviously I think the key thing when it comes to like your reverse diets is just like watching the scale weight. Like, you don't want your scale weight to drop, because as soon as it starts dropping, which a lot of people see that issue, they start seeing a scale weight drop and like, oh, I'm eating more food and losing more weight, I'll just carry on the diet. It's important to remember that you don't want to be doing that, because the goal of this phase is to see your scale weight go up, and you want to be growing, and you are in a very good position right now to grow. You don't want to be really wasting too much time, okay? So if you are finishing up diets and then you add in food and your scale weight continues to drop, you need more food going in. So don't fucking hesitate or wait around when it comes to that, okay? So that's where we're food at at the moment. I will do a full day of eating probably next week, showing you where we're at in terms of like the day-to-day bits and bobs that we're doing to make sure that we hit those calories. And finally, let's move on to the PED aspect of things. So at the moment, guys, I'm currently running True TRT, which for anyone who doesn't know, True TRT for me is 90 milligrams of testosterone. I'm not someone who needs the usual 150 milligrams of testosterone is TRT. Like, for me, that's a cycle that puts me above the physiological range. Like, I am a slow metabolizer, so basically what that means is drugs stay in my system for a lot longer compared to some people, so I don't need as much, which is great, but also is sometimes a negative, because obviously the longer the drugs stay in the system, obviously the potential risks and side effects that you could potentially have. At the moment, I am running 90 milligrams of testosterone and Amphate. I'll split that into 2 jabs per week, which at the moment is Monday, Thursday. So I've been doing that now for the last 12 weeks after coming off a cycle, which was 150 milligrams a test and 100 milligrams of Primo. I anticipate I will be getting some blood work over the next week, which we'll probably dive into regarding all of that, and then potentially going into another second push-up push-up phase with the PEDs, which again, I will cover and document on the channel. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it in terms of that. There's nothing really fancy that's going on. I think it's important to remember when you are assisted is that a lot of people think it's the drugs, but I still have that natty bodybuilder mentality in me. Like, nothing changes. The steroids are just the icing on the cake when it comes to the progression. But for me, it's, I still fucking train hard. I still fucking bang on with my food. I'm still relentless in terms of my consistency. I still push myself as hard as I possibly can in the gym. You know, so many people forget about that when they start going down the assistance. It's like drugs. But I'm thinking, like, if you can engrave that natty bodybuilder mentality in you when it comes to using PEDs, oh, the sky is going to be the limit in terms of how much you're going to be able to push and use little amount of drugs. Like, so many people think you need loads and loads of drugs, but you don't. And also important to remember that you stay within your own values and your alignment. Like, some people are willing to do whatever it takes. I'm not that type of person, you know. I'm not the type of person who's just gonna fucking fill this up and just yeah, let's fucking have a fucking field day with it. I'm not jeopardizing that. I'm not jeopardizing, you know, my health, the people around me, because drugs do change you. I've seen it time and time again. People change when using these things. So many people fall out of love with bodybuilding and they go over to High Rocks and they blame bodybuilding for all the problems. I'm like, motherfucker, no, you weren't able to deal with your problems properly. Like, don't blame bodybuilding for your problems, bruv. Anyway, completely different topic. We can call fucking loads of people out for that sort of shit. That is pretty much it in terms of the assistance. So not anything fancy, unfortunately. Not, oh my God, wow, like this is amazing. It's just basic. It's just what we do around here. It's what I stand for in terms of my values. It's what I try and not preach, because I don't preach using steroids, but if you are going to use steroids, I preach using the smallest amount and just engraving that natty bodybuilding mentality. Anyway, shut up and crack on the rest of the video, because it's getting a bit boring now, Geordie boy. Guys, I really hope you have enjoyed today's video. I think that's pretty much all I need to cover. So if you have enjoyed today's video, please make sure you drop a like. Please make sure you subscribe. Comment down below, elephant, or just put the elephant emoji if you've got to this point in the video, which I'll be very surprised a lot of people would, to be honest with you. It's a cute little elephant. We've got actually another little elephant here as well. Look at that. Not named him, but yeah, good that. So yeah, episode 1 done and dusted. You know exactly the plan. You know exactly what we're doing. What I'm going to do is do a follow-up on Wednesday in regards to the week and how it's been, so you can get a bit more of an idea behind all that shenanigan. And yeah, I don't know why I'm actually sort of filming myself like this. It's a bit weird, isn't it? I'm just literally filming myself like that. Just realised I was doing that. Anyway, please like, please subscribe, and of course, we'll see you guys in week number 2 next Sunday.
I'm good in my hood, of course, and I'm good with the flicks and stick as well. This week one got arse and tits as well. Filled up clips as well, my man got fried like chips as well. I circled more than once or twice.